Hi, my name is, as you all know, MARELNA, and I'm an astrologer. And before I go on, I'd just like to say thank you for everybody and their feedback. And it's been absolutely amazing getting feedback from people I haven't heard of or seen for a long time. So thank you very much for that. We have a new moon in Scorpio today. And it's quite an important new moon because it is a super new moon, because it is full moon and the moon is very close to the earth, which means that the effects of the moon are much stronger at the moment. What happens is the tides are bigger, the magnetic fields are more activated, and there would be much more or many more intense climate changes. Also remember that we are 78% water, which means that your tides and your emotional tides will also be affected more strongly. This new moon is at 23 degrees Scorpio. Now, Scorpio doesn't get very good press, I realize that. But I think Scorpio is the groundwater. It is steady, it is sweet, and it comes to the surface when it is mature. Scorpio for me is very much about the truth. It's about reality checks. It is when our subconscious surfaces and we actually then get to know ourselves a little bit better. We all have Scorpio in our charts, but some people have more Scorpio than others. And they go through many more transformative experiences than others. But with a new moon in Scorpio, I suggest that you sit quietly and meditate a little bit, or just do a bit of mindful breathing to make sure that you can feel what is it that you need to know about yourself. What is hidden in your subconscious? Mercury forward means that we can loosen the brakes and we can do whatever needs to be done, but it hasn't worked that way. Because Mars was retrograde until yesterday. Mars has been digging in on 1 degree, and that has held back what we wanted to do. So some negativity, some aggro, some real aggression could be either have been directed at you, or you might have directed it at someone else. Mars doesn't take no for an answer in Aries. We have Mercury going forward, with Mars going forward, and all the planets in Capricorn that have been going backwards, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, they're all going forward. We all know that many of our countries have more lockdowns now, but our rebelliousness is going to be much more. We're going to do much more of what we want to do. We're also moving into the age of Aquarius. I wouldn't be surprised if many of us are going to move to live in smaller groups, perhaps outside of our big cities, to teach each other and to do much more collaboration. What's going to happen, one will do the vegetables, somebody else will do the internet. These are things that we are working towards at the moment. And this new moon seems to be the beginning of a whole new era for us. Many of us are feeling that we need to do what we need to do. We need to make our own choices, and we need to live the results of our choices. This is something else that is becoming really important at the moment. And this is all about Scorpio and deep emotional stuff coming to the surface so that we can deal with it and perhaps decide to live in a very different way. The most important thing is to find a philosophy according to which you can live. Not a philosophy which is up there and you are trying to get to it, but to see how can you adjust your philosophy to live your value system every day. The Sabian symbol for this new moon is people coming home from a service on a mount. And what Dane Raja, who wrote this book, writes about that is that it is having a philosophy, getting all the information, the spiritual information, and coming home and applying that in your daily life as you live every day. And to make decisions in which you feel good about yourself, in which you find more of an inner peace. Because I think that's what it's about, getting to know yourself, to be able to live within physical reality with more peace of mind. We'll speak again when we have a full moon. The full moon is on the 30th, and it is also a lunar eclipse. So much more about that when we get there. Thank you for listening.